Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're looking into something really quite fascinating,
Hmm.
how our minds actually arrive at decisions. We're drawing from these source excerpts the mind's parliament, reason, emotion, and the unconscious.
And it's such a great analogy they use there.
It really is. Picturing our inner world, like a parliament with all these different parts debating constantly.
Yeah, a constant debate trying to decide what we actually do. It's a brilliant way to frame that internal tug-of-war we all feel.
Definitely. So our mission for this deep dive is basically to unpack that whole parliament idea.
Right, and see what it tells us about, well, how reason and emotion interact, and where the unconscious mind fits into all of this.
Great, let's dive in. The source talks about this conscious parliament, 10 seats,
10 seats, and only one belongs to reason.
just one. And apparently reason is often late, soft-spoken, easily outnumbered.
Yeah, sounds about right for poor reason, doesn't it? It's got a tough gig.
Because the other 9 seats,
Yeah.
they're the emotions, joy, anger, fear.
All of them. And they're described as, well, loud, impulsive, pretty chaotic, actually.
So it's one quiet voice against this noisy crowd. Seems like reason doesn't stand much of a chance.
On the surface, yeah. But the source makes a key point. The emotions, they aren't always on the same side. They often fight each other.
Ah, okay, so that's reason's way in.
Exactly. Reason can't win a straight vote 9 against 1. So it has to play politics.
Like forming alliances.
Precisely. Teaming up with one emotion to sort of push back against another one that's maybe stronger at that moment.
That's clever. The source had some good examples.
Yeah.
Like dieting, right? Using fear.
Yeah, using fear, maybe the fear of getting sick to fight the pull of joy or satisfaction you get from that unhealthy food.
So reason whispers to fear, hey, if we keep eating this stuff.
We're going to have problems down the line. And that fear, if it's strong enough, can overpower the immediate desire.
Or using pride, maybe, to overcome laziness. Or using regret about something to motivate you to do better next time.
It's all about finding the right emotional lever for that specific situation. But, the source is clear. It's a constant fight.
And reason loses. A lot.
It does lose a lot of the immediate battles, but here's a really critical point, and it connects to Stoic thinking mentioned in the source.
Okay.
Every single fight, even the losing ones, makes reason stronger. It builds resilience.
Ah, so the Stoics would argue the fight itself is essential, even if you lose.
Absolutely. They believed reason had to engage constantly to grapple with the emotions, to gain that strength and experience. It's tough, 1 against 9.
Right.
But that's the Stoic dilemma, if you like.
Mhm.
The struggle is necessary for growth, but victory isn't guaranteed. Certainly not every time.
Okay, so that's the conscious level. But the source says the real action, or a lot of it, happens deeper down,
Exactly. That's where the higher council comes in. This represents the unconscious mind.
sitting above the conscious parliament.
That's the idea. And it's much bigger, 100 members, according to the analogy.
Whoa, okay. 100 versus 10.
And here's the kicker. This higher council, the unconscious, it often makes the real decision before the conscious parliament even gets properly started on its debate.
Wait, really? Before reason and the emotions start arguing?
Yeah. The unconscious has often already, cast its vote. It fits with a lot of psychology around automatic thoughts, biases, things happening beneath the surface.
So sometimes our conscious arguments are just us trying to justify a choice that was already made?
In many cases, yes. That's what the source suggests. It's kind of like post-rationalization.
Hmm.
But reason isn't totally shut out from influencing this deeper level.
Okay, how?
It's just much, much harder. It's not about winning a quick debate. It requires long-term planning, persistence.
It sounds like the hardest battle they mentioned.
It absolutely is. You influence the unconscious council by building habits, training your instincts over years, really.
So it's like planting seeds.
Exactly. You're slowly seeding ideas, preferred responses into that deeper system. Like if
Right.
you consistently practice making a certain choice.
Like the healthy food choice again, even when it feels hard at first.
Right. You keep doing it, and over time, that choice starts to feel more automatic. Less of a conscious effort, less of a fight in the parliament upstairs. You're essentially rewiring the council,
It's a long game then.
the longest game. But the source presents it as the only real path for reason to gain significant lasting influence over our deeper decision-making patterns.
Okay, so wrapping this up, the big picture seems to be that our sense of free will is, well, pretty limited.
It is constrained, definitely, by these noisy emotions and this powerful, often hidden, unconscious council that votes early.
But reason isn't completely helpless.
Not at all. It has strategies, short-term alliances with emotions, And, crucially, that long-term strategy of shaping the unconscious through habit formation.
And that brings us back to the Stoic point, doesn't it? The value is in the struggle itself.
Precisely. Constantly engaging, constantly trying to assert reasoned choices, building those habits, that's what strengthens reason and slowly influences that deeper counsel, even when you lose individual battles.
The fight builds the muscle.
You got it.
Wow. This deep dive into the mind's parliament really offers a powerful way to think about our inner lives, doesn't it? You've got reason, the emotional factions, the unconscious.
It's a complex system.
It really is. So here's a final thought to leave you with. If so much is decided by that unconscious counsel, shaped by our past actions and habits, how much control do we really have in the present moment? And maybe more importantly, what kind of long